Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Cobblestone Chronicles with Zueljin. This time, new and improved. So, y'all might notice a little difference. I am now playing on my new computer. Yay! Very, very, very awesome experience, guys. This thing is smoking fast. It, uh, it only bogs down when my settings are absolute maxed out and I'm sprinting through pouring rain. So I'm pretty happy with it outside of that. Um, Show you guys what I'm working on here. As you can see, I just did a little extension of the road so that we can meet up with the guild house and actually have a road. And I was working with some details inside, getting some of the decorations squared away. And one thing you'll notice is that I put a few things up here. Not a whole lot, just kind of did some plant features right here. I used trapdoors just to cover up the dirt, simply because we don't have silk touch. I did the same thing here, just with a tree, a torch on top so it didn't sprout growth. And I did almost like a little artificial plant here. Just used the fence post and a few little green brushes here, and again with the trapdoors instead of the signs. So yeah, did a little clock here. I need to change some of the painting textures because frankly, there's a lot of paintings that don't fit in what I like to call good decorating. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that. Another thing is, I thought about putting a bar here. Okay, it would cover up this redstone deal like I had it for the loft, but know that I'm going to be eventually building a tavern for the town, and I will have a very, very nice bar in there. So don't know if we particularly need one here. Also, the fireplace, it would be nice, but I just don't want to mess up the architecture in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and say no on the fireplace as well. Unless we would do something real, real small and it would be like an internal feature. But I think I would have to move this table and still kill some of the windows. Anyway, so that's what I'm thinking. Um, Mentioned his name before, and this is kind of his invention here, Gobble King's pulse generator. Uh-oh, we had a comment from him, and he said that we could have ran it down here, which is true. The pulse generator that he had, I had to make a few edits, and I'll show you. I don't know if it's because my computer processes stuff faster now, but every once in a while, the clock would stop, so I made it bigger. It's just a little bit of extra delay, and Gobble King, I took your advice, and I put repeaters so that they wouldn't bounce back, and the pulse generator still works fine. So if I do move the pulse generator, it will be down there. I do have a little bit of room, and that should work out fine. But you guys just let me know what y'all want to do. For now, we're gonna keep it as it is, and we're gonna move on to the outside here. I want to put some lighting down, and I just want to chat with you guys. So hopefully it gives you a good chance to just take a look around, see how the graphics are improved, and y'all let me know. The recording quality, it should be fantastic. I'm running 44, 45 frames per second right now, doing whatever I need to do on max settings, which is great. Also, the render quality on the videos, the render should be larger for one. It should fill up more of your YouTube window, I'm hoping. So that's always a plus. Hard for me to concentrate and on what I'm doing and commentate at the same time. Still getting used to stuff like that. But yeah, so I need to take some glowstone and do some lamps outside. Let's see. Man, we are running very, very low on this stuff. Like we might have to go to the nether real soon again. Let's see here. I got enough to get quite a few out of it though. Yeah, we'll call that good for now. I know I'll end up breaking some. I always do. We'll take this one. And we got plenty of fence posts. Good. I think we got everything we need. Okay. So anyway, yeah, the computer is a beast. It really is. I got a pretty good deal. Although I originally said that I was gonna call them out, but let me just say it is a very reputable electronics dealer that almost every decent sized city has. Really was not impressed with the way I was treated. First day, I go to shop for it, okay? Bam, see the model that I want. There's a floor unit available, like a display unit, very inexpensive, much less than I thought I would have paid for something of that caliber. So naturally, I was very excited. Went ahead and said, okay, I'm gonna get this model. Waited forever to get helped. I'm just going to see these lamps over here to see how I did them. Waited forever to get helped. Did not get a real educated guy on the product. Like he was just kind of there, I think. Kind of sat me down, went through the motions. Didn't really help me except got me rang up and then notified me at the end that they were going to have to wipe the computer and that it was going to be the next day before I could pick it up. So left disappointed, but I understood it was a necessary evil, you know. What I didn't understand was when it came time to actually get it the next day, it hadn't even been touched. And the guy was like, well, I don't know, that's the other guy's fault, the ones that was supposed to work on it. And I was like, you know what, this is ridiculous. You know, it hadn't even been touched. This is your guys' policy, you know, but it hadn't been touched. So reluctantly, I left again. Drove across town, by mind you. I don't work anywhere near or live anywhere near where this store is. So the third day, I decided to go on my lunch break, and I figured, okay, you know, I had got the text from them telling me that it was ready, and I also received a phone call, so I was like, okay, cool. Is that too close? Yeah, it is. Um, this is way too close. So I received the text, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Went, drove down there. It was busy like hell in there, unbelievably busy. Had a ton of people in line. Finally got there, got motioned over by a guy that was all the way at the end, and he was like, okay, if you need to get a pickup, ma'am. He got my unit out the back and brought it to me, and I was like, okay, is the recovery disc inside? And he said no. I was like, okay, well, I was told that there was supposed to be a recovery disc with it. He said, nope, no recovery disc. So I was like, all right, well, can you do one for me? You know, he didn't volunteer the information. He was like, well, it'd be an extra $35. So I said, well, what about the fact that you guys are supposed to do this? You know, he said, well, I'm just doing what's on the paper, bruh. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Well, I'm on my lunch break, y'all. I didn't want to raise hell. I didn't have time to raise hell. I didn't want to make a scene. But I was not really, really happy at all at this point. So I did what anybody else would have done in my situation. Pretty much wrote a nasty letter. Those surveys that they give you that they want you to do, I did one. I didn't hear back from them yet, but it is still the weekend that we're talking on right now. So I imagine I'm going to hear something from them next week. And I don't particularly know if I want this guy to lose his job, but he needs to get in trouble. Because I don't consider myself the best judge of character in the world, but I'm pretty good at it. And one thing I know is there's a difference between someone that knows how to be a dill hole and someone that just happens to have a bad day and ends up being a dill hole. This guy was a professional, grade A meanie. So just the way he come across, you can tell this wasn't his first time being a douche. He really wasn't. So I went ahead and I wrote him pretty much a nasty survey. So hoping this guy gets what comes to him. I don't even know if I'll get any satisfaction from it, because I'm not gonna stop shopping with these guys. I mean, they're pretty much the only retailers in this area that have this kind of selection they do. So I'm not gonna just stop shopping with them. I need the stuff sometimes, you know. So And I like to order online, but sometimes I just like to look and feel. And like those open box deals, you can't really beat that. So anyway, that was my story with the computer. But all in all, the machine is a beast. It's really, really good. So I'm happy about that. Was this 4? Yeah, it was. I guess it just looked a little shorter. They're a little close together, you guys, but I wanted to give adequate lighting and I wanted to make it come out good. Maybe this one was just a little bit too close, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't need that one. I'll keep it. That's fine right now. Also, this is kind of weird. I tried a few different variations with flower beds right here before, but it didn't really work out well, so I'm gonna leave that too. Next order of business is this thing, because I really want to do an animal farm and a barn and things like that. I'm gonna need a ton of wood, and you're pretty much looking at my wood supply right here, 64, 14, 3, and maybe a few logs in the base, but nothing major. So what I'm thinking is that we'll extend this out way down here, and we'll get it to where everything's lined up so we can just run through and chop with like an efficiency axe. But I think that's what we'll do, because I simply do not know how to make a wood factory yet. But we'll experiment with that later. So what I'm going to do is just get prepared, guys. I need to burn a lot of glass to get ready for it. Also need to gather up a little bit more cobblestone out of the chests and just plan out how we're going to do it. So sit tight, you guys. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, guys. We did a little bit of landscaping work here, so we got enough room to extend it now. The only thing is I'm going to have to figure out exactly how far the trees are going to have to be. So what I'm going to do is just place a tree. Let's bone meal it. Okay, let's see the dimensions on this sucker. Let's see. It comes out 1, 2. 1, 2. So it's 5 deep. And does it measure 5 wide? 2, 3. It sure does. Okay. So it's 5 by 5 is pretty much it. So let me go ahead and knock this section down. So that'll be pretty easy, I think, to go 5 by 5. So they can actually be touching too, I believe. Let's just try it out while these are still up. Let's see, if that was the 5th place, then 3. We can go 4 in between, I want to say. Yeah, 4 in between. And let's see if my bone meal will grow it. Yep, and the trees touch. Perfect. That's exactly what I want, y'all. I want it to touch. So it's going to have to be 4 spaces in between. And as far as width goes, I'll be able to come 2 more in. Yeah, okay. Now that I got that figured out. So we said 4 and 4. So I'm going to knock these down right quick, and I'm going to plan our first 2. And we're just going to go in a big old line from that. So I need 2 this way, 2 this way. I think this would be the closest they can be, which would be here. No, 1 more over. There. That's the closest they can be. I should just be able to go 1 more right here, and that's going to be 4. Yeah, it just happens to be the right size, guys, which is so cool. Alright. So I'll let these die naturally, and what I'm going to do is break all this glass, all this cobblestone, and just extend it all the way until the very end, I think, until the count is correct and we get the maximum capacity of trees in this section. Okay guys, I jumped a little bit ahead. Hope you guys don't mind. It was mainly some monotonous stuff. I did extend the farm, and I started filling in the glass. I needed to cook some glass and stuff. I was gonna do like a quick segment well, I sped through it, but I figured it was a little bit too boring for something that you guys have already seen me do. So it's night, and I'm trying to be careful, but mainly what I did is I spaced all of these out, just like I had said I would, by 4. I extended the cobblestone all the way to the end to where we still have enough clearance, just like we did at the beginning. 2 and 2. So the trees can grow. As you can see, when I hit them with bone meal, they just grow right up. And they don't exceed the glass threshold there. So some of them are taller than others, so I'm kind of glad that I went with the setup that I have, because that just shows that there's height fluctuations in the trees, which is cool. It'll work. So now I'm just gonna continue filling in glass, but I'll talk with you guys a little bit. I had I was thinking again about that form that we're gonna need, and I don't know what place I'm gonna do it. This, as I said before, is too gorgeous not to do like a park. So the form, I don't know. I'm thinking that we can do the barn further out that way, and the pasture where the cows and stuff will be right there. Oh man, this guy is really shooting at me. Let's see. Can I pull out my bow and get him? So I'm not too sure. You guys tell me. Ouch. Yeah. God dog it. Oh well. Maybe that's a sure sign that we should sleep. Yeah, let me do that before I end up killing myself. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Where should the barn go? I need a large place for the layout. Inside, I'm gonna do a hen house so that I can get all the eggs that I need, and also need a place to where I can corral sheep of different colors so that I can make different color wolves and breed sheep of that nature. So I don't exactly know what design I'm gonna go with. The cows, I'm just gonna have some, and I'll let those out to graze. They're gonna have like a fenced in area, pretty much the typical thing that you would see in the real world. And I don't think there's any other animals actually. What we got? We got chickens, sheep, cows. Oh, pigs. Definitely gonna have a pig. And you guys will see what I'm gonna do with pigs. I'm definitely gonna use soul sand for those, since we needed something that looked like mud for them. So I think the soul sand worked perfect for that. And we're gonna make like a little slop the hogs area. So it should look pretty cool. It should look kind of formy when I finish. So let me climb back up here and start placing some more glass. I know I'm definitely gonna need more glass too. I got some cooking right now, but yeah, so this area here, not gonna get too much into it. I'll need to do some more landscaping there. The pork area I think will be back there, but we can do some of that stuff right in that area here. And we'll be able to link that up with the street this way. So I think it'll work out, but you guys let me know if y'all have a better idea for it. I want to avoid going too far on the backside as of yet, because right now in that area I really don't know what we need to do, but I know the train station's gonna have to get expanded. The bigger the base gets, naturally the train station is gonna have to get it set up. One of the next projects I need to do, in fact, is I need to get a rail system going down to my branch mine. We're gonna have a cave-in episode real soon because I'm in need of diamond, and we'll do some stuff with the branch mine, but we'll probably end up running into a cave system there, and also setting up that skeleton spawner to harvest arrows from. So still lots and lots and lots to do, you guys. So I'm gonna continue just plopping this glass down, and I'll get closer to the end and show you guys what it's gonna look like once we grow the trees and how to harvest it. So stay tuned, we'll be back. Well, y'all, my bright idea to use solid glass panes, terrible. Instead of using regular glass panes like the ones that you can turn, the ones that you craft out of glass blocks. Oh man, this is ridiculous. I've harvested so much sand, and I think, oh, and I keep breaking them. I think I still may have to go get more. Not sure. I do have a few more stacks in my inventory, but it is um, incredibly tedious. Let's just say that. To know that every 6 of these things could have gave me 10 bonus blocks, but the top would have still had to be this, so it wouldn't have worked perfectly. But the sides could have gone a long way. But I didn't want to have to break all that glass for waste, so I suppose I was just doomed to use this configuration anyway. But still, in all, it was crazy. Now the lighting, I'm still kind of confused on. The original lighting set that I have there, I like that setup, but I don't know if I don't want to randomize it a little bit, or possibly even um, do some different patterns with it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I just fell. Let's go. I'll come wipe this out later. Okay. So like I was saying, I don't know if I want to do some different patterns with it and just wow, that was weird. And just go with my original design, or if I'm gonna use glowstone or not. I like the torches. The torchlight, the original tree form that I saw, the one that my old one was modeled off of, was Quickshot 14s, which I know I talk about them a lot, but that's what inspired me to start this whole thing. Anyway, mainly they have like the random blocks with torches on it, kind of like the lights in the villages, and it seemed to work out well. Think about it. Yeah, I did have enough glass, so now I'm wasting it. Like, yeah, I had plenty. Okay. One thing, we're gonna have to get back up top here, but let's see where I can come from here. We're gonna need to do... See what I'm talking about here? The cobblestone torch lights. I can do them all around. I have plenty of torch to do them on. But my question was, do I want to randomize it a little bit? I think I want to keep them in rows like they are. Actually, shouldn't look too bad. I want a real uniform row garden-like look for the tree form, I think. Since, you know, that's what gardens are. They're like in rows, right? So let's see. The one thing I need to do is place them on the outside here. There. Do I have some on the outside for here? Nope, I sure don't. I think originally when I made it out, I was trying to do something with the lights, but I don't know what I was trying to do, but I think it looks better with torches all around. What do you guys think? I don't know why I'm trying so hard not to break some of these things. It's not like I'm not going to harvest all of this stuff anyway. Okay. So now... Alright. So I think we would skip 3. Let's see. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, and then block. Okay? So let's follow that idea. This is 1, 2, 3, block. And 1, 2, 3, block. 1, 2, 3, block. Oh no, can't do it like that. 1, 2, 3, block. Okay. 1, 2, 3, block. I think I'm doing that right. 1, 2, 3, block. 1, 2, 3, block. This should come out even, judging from the other spacing from everything else. 2, 3, and 1, 2. Not really, but hey, it's close enough. Close enough for government work. Okay. So now I just have to line these up, which will be pretty easy. A little bit easier than counting them. Anyway, I just gotta make sure they're in line. That's about it. Other than that, they should come out fine. Okay. Is there supposed to be 2 in between all the way down? Yep, that's the way I did it. It just looked kind of narrow right there. I don't know why. There we go. Only a couple left. One more. Boom. Okay, now to rock some torches on these things. It's almost like I gotta get underneath them. I guess I should just do one side at a time, would probably be a little bit easier. I could do the front, the back, and the side. That'll work, and then I could come back through the middle. Like that. Yeah, that works out. Yeah, I think that's gonna look cool at night, y'all. Y'all, let me know what y'all think about the lighting too. The brightness, like I said, I have it on 80. I should have it on 80. Yep, brightness is on 80. So, and the mood lighting that you guys saw in the intro was the brightness all the way down, or mood lighting, just as I said. So, but it's pretty. I don't know if it'll be feasible though, because it is a little dark. So I don't know. You guys let me know. Alright. Not too much left to go after this. But we're going to have a very harvestable farm, guys. This is going to produce wood to where we don't actually need to go look for it. It was becoming painstaking to go find wood, and the original tree farm design was not helping us one bit. Not at all. See, the trees used to grow a little bit differently in older versions. But now you kind of have to have your spacing right. So I could have did one a lot smaller than this, but I like the massive effect. You know, one day I'm thinking about turning this map into not necessarily an adventure map, but I would like to open this map as a server. And it's really hard for me to know how it's going to work out if that would happen. But if I ever had the opportunity to do something like that, I want a lot of things to be able to exist within the world already, so that people can just come on in and start thriving. You know, they would have a nice place to stay while getting their own materials up, and a place where all the people can get together, all the players can get together and associate, you know. And this would be, this entire complex, this township, whatever the heck we got going on here, is going to be a great place. That's why I try to make some of the buildings so utilitarian, like this, for instance, and the guild, so people can actually use them. you know, it's one thing for someone to come in and say, okay, yeah, I'm just going to go mining. That's what most miners do, and that's right. And we die a lot when we do that. But just to get going, for the people that just like to build, heck, that cobblestone generator is a nice touch, you know? So, anyway, I just want to get it to where it can support players until they get their own establishments going. Almost like a safe haven. And, alright. So, now that we got our stuff set up, let's see what kind of yield we can get out of the harvest. And we're just gonna zoom through this right quick, you guys. Let's see where we at here. 64 and 42, over 100 stack, which is really, really nice. Little complication in the height of the trees, sometimes not giving me, having to climb up on those trees, which I can't really do anything about that. I guess I could run some stairs on the side or some half slabs in here, which I'm not opposed to doing if that's going to be everywhere else. Plus it'll help me mark the location of these saplings. So I think I might do that, but that's definitely going to have to wait until the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and have a good day.